Welcome back to the Tech Week TV studio here at Techcelerate, part of London Tech Week 2019. More AI conversations coming up right now as Dr. Elisabetta Castiglioni is joining us. She is the CEO of A1 Digital. Elisabetta, thank you very much indeed for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
So, AI, so much talk of AI, and we're here. The AI Summit is a major part of what we're about here. Lots of colleagues joining us on the sofa here. One of the challenges is making AI real, making it tangible, not just these two letters that we float around in discussions and hope can magically solve our problems. AI is lots of different technologies. What is your approach when you talk about AI to make it real and tangible for your customers?
Absolutely. So we are talking about machine learning, which is what we are applying, and particularly there, machine learning as a service, which is something that we have been implementing in use cases for our customers, and that is really a technology that allows, especially small, medium enterprises, but also big enterprises, not to reinvent the wheel, but really to consume basically this new technology to make better business decisions.
Yeah. So talk me through some of the challenges and then some of the opportunities when you are embarking on a journey with one of your clients. Talk to me about how you kick that off to make sure that pilot, the proof of concept, as these often begin as, doesn't end up like 95% of them do in abject failure.
Yeah, absolutely. So we absolutely recognize that, and we see a lot of anxiety amongst companies that say, how am I going to embark in such a journey if I don't have all these data scientists that I'm probably supposed to be having? I am probably not attractive as a company for those skills. Secondly, I don't have a process in place actually from moving from prototype into production. And thirdly, I probably have to make a lot of investment, and I don't know if to ramp up all of this, and I don't know if I have the money and the resources. And our experience there is, the good news is that there are solutions to that. If you buy machine learning as a service, then what you really need to focus on are, first of all, your business cases, the use cases, really the domain knowledge that you have in the company, and what you need are citizen data scientists who are, if you like, the Swiss Army knife of digitalization, the guys that can really translate the business and the technology side really to bring those tools into value.
So whether you talk about challenges around tools and how you can invest in machine learning as a service, for example, but also again that process from moving from proof of concept into production, vision is what you need. You need to be able to understand what you may want to get out of an AI implementation. And without the vision, whether it's machine learning as a service or the tools or whatever, neither of those are going to work.
Absolutely, and the goal should be the smart enterprise. Actually, the enterprise ultimately that is able to predict and obviously always accompanied by humans and to work out. So what you really need to have the tone from the top. That's what we find. Whenever you have a company that is led by visionary people, then obviously it is all a maturity journey. By the way, so you obviously you start with a prototype, but then you evolve, maybe in single teams, but then obviously you create more and more teams, you coordinate the effort, and then you get to what we call basically the smart enterprise, the smart companies in the end.
Talk to me about some of the use cases then that you've seen on your journey helping your clients with AI.
Yeah, so we have one use case that's particularly interesting, which is energy trading. So this company is involved in daily auctions. They participate into the energy market, and daily they have to put out prices and quantities, and obviously they have to predict the optimal price. So this company relies very much on the deep knowledge of very few people in the company that have been there for many years and hold the keys, so to say, to success. Now they wanted to experiment with machine learning, and we asked them, how do you make your decisions? What are your bidding strategies? And they say, yeah, we really rely on these guys, but also we have tried to put weather, for example, into the equation. But at the end, they thought they had basically the better knowledge. So obviously then we entered, if you like, into a competition with our model, and we trained the model. We went in parallel. We did parallel bidding for a period of time, the humans only, and then the machine learning model. And basically after a few weeks' time, we were able to outperform the human only aspect by 10%. And in this particular case, 10% goes straight to the top and bottom line, so creates a clear business impact. Second thing is that then you don't rely only on a few people, but you spread the knowledge across, bigger parts of the organization, and also you can be more cost effective in your decision making because decisions can be done in split seconds.
You talk about retail use cases, and the other one that interested me was beehives. Tell me about that.
Yes, so obviously we've talked here at the show a lot about AR for good as well, and obviously humans have been contributing to a reduction of bee population on Earth, but we have one use case by which we have helped a partner create an IoT device which is put in the beehive, and they measure temperature, they measure the sound of bees and various other aspects, and so that by receiving all this information from beehives, we could create some pattern and then correlate those patterns to external events, and therefore help beekeepers basically making sure that the bees are doing well, but at the same time also optimizing harvesting time for honey and all of this.
The Internet of Bees. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Elisabetta, before I let you go, tell me what you've made of the show here at Tech Accelerate and London Tech Week so far this year.
Well, it's an amazing event. I think it's the place to be. It's it's really an opportunity to update each other, really. For the industry to come together and the users to come together. It's a crystallization point. So it's an amazing event. I think it's the place to be. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for sharing some of your valuable time here with us in the Tech Week TV studio, and have a great rest of show.
Thank you.